I never thought I'd be the kind of guy writing one of these posts. You know the ones, where some poor fool finds out his spouse isn't who he thought she was, and suddenly his whole life feels like a bad TV drama. I used to scroll through Reddit, stumble on those stories, and think, damn, that's rough. Glad it's not me. But here I am. And it all started on Halloween. I'm 30. My wife, let's call her Emily, is 28. We've been married for 4 years, together for almost 8. High school sweethearts, the cliché story, I was the goofy kid in band, she was the artsy girl with the sketchbook. Somehow, we clicked. Our friends always joked we'd be that couple who never fought, who grew old together. And for the most part, we lived up to it. But this Halloween changed everything. Emily always loved Halloween more than me. Costumes, haunted houses, pumpkin carving, it was like her Super Bowl. Last year, she dressed us up as Gomez and Morticia Adams, and honestly, it was fun. This year, though, she started acting different. It began small. She got weirdly secretive about her phone. She used to leave it lying around, screen up, didn't care if I picked it up. But around mid-October, I noticed she kept it face down. Notifications were silenced, and whenever I'd walk into the room, she'd quickly lock the screen. I tried to brush it off. Everyone gets private sometimes, right? Still, I had this knot in my stomach I couldn't ignore. Then came the costume situation. We usually brainstorm together, but this time she was adamant about picking her own. She told me, "Don't worry about it, babe. I already have something in mind for us." But days passed, and she only ordered hers. When I asked about mine, she laughed it off. "Oh, you don't have to dress up this year if you don't want to." That stung. Dressing up had always been our thing. Why the sudden change? A week before Halloween, she told me she was invited to a big party downtown, hosted by her company. Now, I knew she had a decent job in marketing, but she'd never talked much about her coworkers outside of 1 or 2 names. Still, she seemed excited. Too excited. When I asked if I was invited, she hesitated. "Well, it's kind of a work thing. Plus, you don't even like Halloween that much. You'd be bored." That set off alarm bells. We always went to parties together. Always. I pushed back, half joking. "So what, I'm not good enough arm candy for your spooky coworkers?" She laughed, but it felt forced. Then she said, "Look, babe, let me just have this one night to hang out with them. We'll do something together on actual Halloween day, okay?" I wanted to trust her. God, I did trust her. But something felt wrong. And the night of the party? That's when everything changed. So, the night of the party came. Emily spent almost 2 hours getting ready. I'd seen her do makeup 1,000 times before, but that night, it was different. She was glowing. She tried on 3 different dresses before finally choosing a short, tight black one, the kind she usually wore only on vacations or special date nights with me. I sat on the bed watching, trying not to sound insecure. I told her, "You look amazing," and I meant it. But at the same time, something inside me twisted. She wasn't dressing like this for me. She smiled, kissed my cheek, and said, "Don't wait up, okay?" That hit me like a gut punch. Don't wait up. She'd never said that before. Normally, she'd text me all night from a work party, even if I wasn't there. This time, it felt like she was already telling me not to expect her. When she left, I sat on the couch, restless. Tried playing video games, tried watching Netflix, but every time I checked the clock, the pit in my stomach got worse. Around 11 p.m., I texted her, "Having fun?" No response. At midnight, I tried again. "Everything okay?" Nothing. By 1:30 a.m., I was pacing. Finally, at 2:07, my phone buzzed, a short message from Emily. "Still at the party. Don't wait up." That should have reassured me, but instead, it felt rehearsed, like something you'd send to keep someone quiet. The next morning, she came home at 9 a.m., hair messy, makeup smudged, smelling like cheap beer and perfume. She looked exhausted. I tried to play it cool. Have fun? I asked. She grinned weakly. Yeah, it was wild. So many people. I barely remember half of it. And just like that, she went straight to the shower. When she left her purse on the counter, I noticed something. A mask. A glittery half-face mask like something out of a masquerade ball. She hadn't left the house wearing it, and my blood went cold. Later that day, I scrolled through social media, half out of curiosity, half out of paranoia. A coworker of hers had posted some photos from the party. In one of them, I saw Emily standing awfully close to a guy in a suit and tie with his arm around her waist. The caption? Best Halloween party yet with the dream team. I zoomed in. Her smile looked different, not just friendly. It was the smile she used to give me back when we were still falling in love. And that was the moment I knew something happened that night. After I saw that picture, I couldn't get it out of my head. All day, it played on repeat in my mind. Her leaning into him, his hand on her waist, that damn smile. I tried to rationalize. Maybe it was just a coworker being friendly. Maybe she had one too many drinks. Maybe I'm overreacting. But deep down, I already knew. That night, Emily acted completely normal. Too normal. She laughed at my jokes, cuddled up with me on the couch, even suggested we watch a scary movie together. But it felt like a performance, like she was reading lines from a script. I wanted to confront her right there, but I hesitated. I needed more than a photo. Over the next few days, I paid attention. And suddenly, all the little things I'd ignored before jumped out at me. She guarded her phone like it was Fort Knox. She started working late more often, even though I knew her office usually emptied by 6 p.m. When she did talk about work, she dropped a new name I'd never heard before. Ryan. Ryan. Every time she mentioned him, her tone shifted. Casual, almost careless, like she was trying too hard to make it seem like nothing. On Thursday night, she hopped in the shower and left her phone charging on the nightstand. My hands were shaking, my heart pounding, but I did it. I picked it up, locked. Of course, she'd never used a password before. Now she had Face ID. That alone was a confession. But then, fate handed me something. A preview popped up on her lock screen, a message from Ryan. Last night was amazing. Can't stop thinking about you in that dress. I felt like someone had kicked me in the chest. My ears rang, my vision blurred. It was one thing to suspect, it was another to see it. When Emily came out of the shower humming like nothing was wrong, I was sitting on the edge of the bed, phone in hand. She froze when she saw me. "Who's Ryan?" I asked. My voice was flat, almost too calm. She went pale. For a moment, she didn't speak. Then she laughed nervously. "He's just a coworker, babe. Why are you snooping through my phone?" I held up the screen. "This doesn't sound like just a coworker." Her smile dropped. And in that instant, I saw the truth written all over her face. She didn't deny it. She didn't even try. She just sat down, covered her face with her hands, and whispered, "I'm so sorry." And my whole world shattered. When Emily said, "I'm so sorry," I felt my chest tighten. For a split second, I thought I'd wake up. Maybe it was a nightmare. But no, the silence between us was too real. "Tell me everything," I said. My voice cracked, and I hated that it made me sound weak. She wiped her eyes, but tears kept spilling down. "It wasn't supposed to happen. I swear to you. It wasn't planned." "What wasn't supposed to happen?" I pushed. Emily stared at the floor. "The party. I had too much to drink. Everyone was dancing, and Ryan kept staying close. He's been flirting with me for months, but I ignored it. That night, though," she broke off, sobbing, "I kissed him first." The words felt like knives. My stomach churned, but I couldn't stop listening. "And then?" I asked, even though I didn't want to hear it. She whispered, "We slipped away upstairs, into one of the offices. I thought no one would notice. It was quick. It didn't mean anything, I swear. I stood up, pacing, my hands pulling at my hair. Didn't mean anything, I snapped. You fucked your coworker at a Halloween party while I was at home waiting for you, and you say it didn't mean anything? She flinched like I'd slapped her. I was drunk. I wasn't thinking straight. Stop, I snapped. Being drunk doesn't make you climb on top of another man. That was a choice. She sobbed harder, reaching for me. Please, it was a mistake. One time. I regret it so much. I love you, not him, I swear. But her words just bounced off me, empty and meaningless, because in my head, I could see her. In that little black dress, mask half off, lipstick smeared, with Ryan's hands all over her. Every ounce of trust